Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody. This is my assistant Tommy, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Spyderco Para 3. This is your standard version in S45VN with G10. Let's get into it. So this is a medium-sized knife. Show you how it fits in my extra large hands. I can fit my fingers all the way on the handle, and choking up position is also comfortable with my fat sausage fingers. You can see there's enough room for me to safely choke up. I've got a spine lock on this one, which disengages the liner and allows for safe closing. You could do one-handed if you use your middle finger. You've got a full flat grind on the blade with with an evenly ground cutting edge. I've got a drop point design with a bit of belly, relatively thick blade stock with doing a full taper to a needle point tip. Weight is medium for a medium-sized knife. You've got G10 handles with unmilled out inset steel liners. You have a 4-way positionable pocket clip, and it comes tip up from the box, and I find this is a bit of a hot spot for me when it's tip up, so I moved it to tip down. And now there is no hot spots when I hold it. Blade's really sharp. I just cut myself twice on this, which is pretty cool. Now we've bonded in blood. I was just, as I was moving the pocket clip, I just grazed the edge with my finger and it cut me, and then just now the point cut my finger here, so that's testament to how slicey these Spydercos are. So that in my books, that's a benefit. These things are going to be laser blades for cutting. Fit and finish is excellent on this one. Make sure to handle your Spyderco in the store to make sure you get one that's good. Sometimes the blades can come off center. This one, perfectly centered. There's this hasn't been broken in yet, and I haven't messed with the tension on the pivot. What you get is really smooth action. Right now it's not drop shutty, it's a little too stiff. I can just loosen up the pivot if I want more of a free swinging action like this Para 2 came. That. But I don't mind right now that this has a bit of tension to it. It's lends itself to controlled openings and closings, which in theory is a little bit safer because it won't be swinging on your fingers or anything by accident. The Spydercos are made primarily for utility, for ergonomics, and performance over looks. But Spydercos have these unique bird-shaped blades oftentimes, and people that have owned them love the performance of them so much that they can also love the looks, which usually start out looking ugly, and then they take a liking to the knives because they perform so well, and then beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and they can think that these look pretty good after a while. And I don't think the paramilitaries are ugly. They just look like they're going to cut really, really well and be really comfortable in the hand. So you got the typical Spyderco look here, these kind of bird skeleton looking style to them, and taken a liking to them, to the style. So S45VN is a good steel. It's good toughness, good edge retention, and 8 out of 10 stainlessness. So it's an all-around good EDC, premium EDC steel. The price on these is around $280 Canadian. This one's on Boxing Day sale. I was able to get it for much less than that. I think this one I paid like $220. And so in terms of value, they're expensive knives. Spyderco's, other than the very base Tenacious's with 8CR13 MOV or whatever, are going to be really expensive. But for that money, you get outstanding performance and good heat treatments on the blades. You know you're getting good quality blade for a high price. So the value, it's not a good value for these normal price MSRPs, but at the same time, you are getting a good knife for the money. So it's also not a ripoff. You know, high quality for a high price for performance. Ergonomics are fantastic, just really comfortable. You can get secure grip. The G10 is medium textured. There's fine, medium, and coarse. This is medium. There's jimping on the blade, and it extends to jimping into the frame here. It's the same file pattern jimping that goes in here, and it's not aggressive like it does grip you in, but it's a fine, like a file jimping, as opposed to being like spaced out and large. And you have a similar style jimping on the blade here for the finger forward position, for the choke up position. And there's no other jimping on the handle, but because you have these cutouts for your fingers to sit, you don't really need any extra jimping, because just a natural position of your hand is going to prevent back and forward sliding. You've got your finger guard, or your finger areas here, and then this ramped thumb area, so again, more resistance to hand moving forward during piercing. This particular model is the satin blade with steel colored bolts and nuts and bolts. You can get various, you can probably get 20 variations of colors and blade materials for the Paramilitary 3. This is your most basic looking one, sort of the starting looking one. You can go black blade, Damascus, many different colors and materials of handle, many different blade steels, but this one perfectly, this starting one, S45VN and G10, is going to be a great all-around EDC knife. Yeah, with the pocket clip in the tip up tip down carrying position, really comfortable, no hot spots at all. My fingers just rest in the little grooves here, and great. We'll do some size comparison here. So overall length is going to be comparable to the medium size Benchmade bug out. You've got a bit more handle length here, with, if you include the finger area, which is between the handle and the blade, and a bit less cutting edge than the Benchmade, but you also get a more secure cutting position and just a laser beam slicey blade, and this is going to be just marginally more efficient cutter and capable of doing heavier work than the Benchmade bug out. And benefit of the Benchmade bug out is it's lighter, and yeah, it's lighter and maybe a smaller footprint in the pocket. Then this is it's Paramilitary 2, which is a size up, getting into full size, as well as the Benchmade readout. And then you go into extra large territory, and this example is the Spartan Harsey. So you can see where this fits in here. Profile in the pocket is, you know, it's tall, but it's not going to be very deep in the pocket. So I'll show you. I have 5.5-inch front knife pockets or flashlight pockets here, utility pockets in my 511 strike pants. And so I drop this in. There is quite a bit of room. There's 2 inches, it feels like, maybe 1.5 inches space. The handle goes up to here, and so I can still easily fish it out. But yeah, it fits deeply into my pocket. The clip is not a deep carry. It rides this way. So you do have material to grab and pull out. So it's going to be really easy to find, pull out, but you don't have the stealth ability of a deep carry clip. Yeah, fit and finish is excellent on this one. Materials, excellent. Implementation of design, excellent. The spine lock implementation is safe, finger safe, and easy to one hand. So it's not a fidgety knife, but it is everything else. And it's also, I mean, really, these Spydercos aren't beautiful knives. They're ugly, but they're ugly like a pug, where if you own one and you fall in love with it, then you're going to think they're pretty cute, or, you know, you're going to love them anyway. But excellent user knife, and it has, the Spydercos all have style. None of them are boring looking, in my opinion. A lot of them are really ugly, but they perform great. And, you know, performance is Spyderco's #1, and ergonomics. So utility is Spyderco's #1 priority, as well as options for various blade steel. So out of 10, I have to give this a 10, even though it's an expensive knife. The materials are also high quality. So I do believe that if you have 1 or 2 Spydercos, you're getting what you pay for. Even if you pay a lot, you'll get a lot of use out of them. And, you know, that's really should be someone's first priority. Getting a knife for EDC is, does it do knife things really well? And Spydercos are some of the top performing knives for slicing, piercing, and you know, durability for EDC knives. So can you do heavy duty work with this? You can, actually, which is impressive for a knife this relatively small. But yeah, if I had a big refrigerator box and I needed to chop it up to recycle it, and I only had a Paramilitary 3, I could get it done. And with S45VN, you know, it can go a while without having to resharpen. So, okay, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Spyderco Paramilitary 3. And if you have any different opinions, or if you agree, then please comment below. And if you like my channel, please feel free to like. And if you want to subscribe, that's awesome. I will have another review for you all soon. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.